Hello and welcome to today's video. We are continuing with our SQL tutorial, but more specifically the window function series, which is a more advanced SQL concept. And today we're going to be covering row numbers. Really excited about this one because row number is one of my two go-to SQL, not SQL, okay, SQL window function. I use it a lot, yeah. And yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to be using the purchase records table. And in case this is the first time you're jumping into these tutorials with me, you'll notice that when you upload your data set, I'm going to link all the data sets down below. I'm going to link another video that can just help you upload the data set onto MySQL. And that particular tutorial that will help you load your data set onto MySQL has another tutorial linked there that will help you set up MySQL in case you want to follow along with MySQL. So if you come to your left, you'll see that purchases is on like the date type, the data type here. So the data type for purchase date is actually date, but when you load your data, this will not be the case. So at the end of the tutorial, I'm just going to show you how to make sure this is the appropriate data type. Okay, yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to be using the purchase records table. And what you want to do is to find out the first purchase ever made by a business, and then the latest purchase made by each business. And we're going to use a row number to answer this question. Yeah, so let's get into it. And then explain, so I don't forget, explain data cleaning, I'll remember. And then change to that data type, date. Yes, that I don't forget. Okay, so let's do, we want to select, or actually, we can just copy from here. So we're using this table. So let's control copy. Let's comment this out. So yeah, we could just run this again for the sake of, but we already have it there. So what do we want to do? Yeah, so I just like ordering this, yeah. So we're selecting all from here with all, yeah. Then we want to do a row number. So just from its word, it literally numbers the rows. Yeah. So let me actually do it in two ways before I actually get to answering the question. So this is the syntax. Feel free to Google, just a disclaimer. Some of this syntax is, some of this syntax I've started sticking in my head because I've written them, I've Googled and pasted them so many times, they just kind of automatically started sticking in my head. And I remember I used to, side note, I used to kind of get intimidated and scared and used to think that, oh, for me to become a good data person, I need to know all these things offhand. No, Google is your friend. And yeah. So over, actually, let's just do over, then order by purchase date. So as usual, order by, when you don't specify, it will be ordered in ascending. So as you can see, this is from the earliest to the latest. So like the latest purchase was made on the first, on January 27th, and the earliest was, yeah. So if you specify here that you want it to be in descending, so that's how you write descending, and we can just call this as row number. So if you want to specify descending, as you can see, it's now come from the highest, which is like the latest purchase date, onto the earliest, yeah? So as you can see, the row number just numbers the rows. So in descending order from like the latest to the earliest, yeah. So that would be 1 all the way to 49. If we remove this, so it will automatically become descending order. It just numbers the row in the order you order it to, in the order you instruct it to order. But our question wants us to get the first purchase ever made by a business and the latest purchase. So that's the earliest and the latest, yeah? So we have to use something called partition by, yeah? And partition by is very similar to group by. So I've already done like this, like I've already done, you can use some count, mean, max in your row number. So I've done a video that just shows the relationship between like not row number in your window functions, yeah. So I've just done a video and also a LinkedIn post to just explain like the difference between what's the difference between group by and partition by. They're actually the logic is the same, yeah. So let's see what will happen when we introduce partition by here. So we're doing a row number over, and you want to do partition by, so I want to petition business, by business ID. So it's like we're grouping by business ID. Then we want to order by purchase date, yeah? And since this is in ascending, so it's from the latest to the earliest, yeah? So let's run that. Okay, so you see what it's done. Now it's counting for each business. So for business ID 1, who made 3 purchases, the earliest purchase was in November 2023, and their latest purchase is from January. What am I saying? Yeah, from January 2024. So you see how you can already answer your question. We could just use a CTE and select where row number equals 1 to get the latest purchase made by each business. So I hope you've seen the difference between when you just do like a row number without the partition by and when you introduce the partition by, because the partition by is not very different from group by. Again, I'm going to put a link to the window function series at the end of the video. So that other video will just actually give you examples and see how sum with a window function partition by works against group by. And I've also done the same on LinkedIn. So if you don't already follow me on LinkedIn, name is the same, Stacy Samoe. You can also get like a link to my LinkedIn on my description up there, like next to my picture. But yeah. So this is how the row number works. So in this case, we're going to use a CTE, yeah? Again, by the time you're jumping onto this video, you're probably familiar with like basic SQL, intermediate SQL, check. Let me not assume that your advanced SQL is on check because I'm using a CTE, and a CTE is a temporary table, and this is an advanced SQL concept. So in case you're not familiar with CTEs, I'm going to link it up here. You should see like a I sign, and you can letter I don't know what that thing is called, and you can just click on that like probably after the video, because you'll still understand how window functions work in this case. But yeah, it would be good to get familiar with CTEs if you don't already know how CTEs work. Yeah, so we can call this with data as, so this is a CTE, and I've named it data. So CTE is just a temporary table. Yeah, so select all from data. So when you do select all from data, it's just going to pick everything that is in here because that's the temporary table we've created, yeah? And then the second question we want to answer is the latest purchase made by each business, and then we also have the first purchase made by each business, yeah? So since this is in this ascending order, the latest purchase made would be like for this business, it would be 3. But you see, you can't just say where row number is equals to 3 because each business has made different number of purchases. Like this one has made up to 4 purchases. This one has made up to 2. This one has made up to 4. So that one you could actually use maximum or minimum to get the latest purchase. Or you could change this to latest. Now I'm confusing myself. First purchase. Oh yeah, let's answer first purchase first. Okay, let's answer latest purchase since I'm here. Or you could change this to descending. Yeah. So you order this from the latest to the earliest. I hope I'm not confusing, but you get the gist of it. So this is like the latest purchase, and this is the earliest. And now, because it's in descending order, you can select where row, we've called that column RW is equals to 1. Yeah, so you can run that. And as you can see, it will only select where RW is 1, and that is like the latest purchase that is made by everyone. Now you can remove this. You can still write there ascending, no harm, though automatically, if you don't place anything, it will do. Now you see this is changed. Now it's taking the earliest purchase ever made by everyone because we've changed the order. And yeah, that's an example of how to use row numbers. So I was going to say I'll explain the data cleaning aspect, and then I'll show you how to make sure the purchase date is a date, or else you can't order it if it's like, I don't even remember, I think it was in text. And if it's an integer, it won't even make more sense. Yeah. So data cleaning. I use row number a lot when I'm doing my data cleaning. So like when I'm checking for duplicates. And if I know the main unique identifiers, like let's say a business ID, and then there's like a purchase ID, I can do a partition by on the purchase ID if I'm trying to look for duplicates on the purchase ID. I can do a partition by on the business ID if I'm trying to look for duplicates in the business ID. So like here we can see, oh, now we can see because we've specified this. So you see, like here we can see business ID 1 appears 3 times. So you could do the same with whatever ID. And then you can, just like a group by, you can partition by several things. So you could partition by business ID and maybe the month, business ID and whatever. It depends on like what you hope to achieve. Yeah, with the end goal, whatever data you're trying to generate. Otherwise, that's it in terms of the tutorial itself. So I've done some, now, okay, but it's okay. Let me just delete it quickly because that's for the next tutorial. But why am I even deleting? Anyway, oh yes, here it is. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to link, let me just put this back. I'm going to come, okay, I need to undo there. Yeah, so as I mentioned, when you get this data set, if this tutorial is the first time you're interacting with this data set, then you've not done the changing, you've not changed, like when you upload it onto MySQL, the data type is not appropriate. So and if you're on MySQL, you have to first of all make the safe, like turn off the safe mode. Then how this purchase date is ordered is not in month, day, year. So you'd have to change that. And then the last thing you're going to need to do is to actually now modify the payment date to date. So you can just take a screenshot of this or pause this video here and take a look at this. I should have put this at the start of the video and not at the end. But yeah, I'll just mention in the description that you can forward to whatever minute to get this, because you will not be able to do the tutorial without this. But yeah, ChatGPT is your friend. You can Google through your way through it. Otherwise, guys, yeah, so that's it from me. Yeah, if this is something you're interested, yeah, stay tuned. So as you can see, rank and rank dense is the next thing I'm doing, and I've already started figuring out like what I want to, like the data set and the question I want to answer. And then the next thing we're going to go through is lead and lag, still figuring this out, and then entiles, yeah. So yeah, if that's something you're interested, stay tuned. Do feel free to let me know down in the comments, like what else do you want to see? It could be something to do with SQL, whether it's a project, whether it's a data cleaning bit, data cleaning bit, feature engineering, exploration. Get to see some dashboards on Power BI, on Excel, on Google Sheets. Though I'm having issues with Excel as at now, like the laptop I used to use for Excel. But yeah, that's a story for another day. Yeah, so if you want to see data visualization in whatever tool, do feel to, yeah, let me know. I actually started using Sigma. I've been using it for like a while now, like about 6 months straight. Though I don't even know if it's free. I don't know. Yeah. If that's a conversation you'd like us to also have, like how does Sigma work? Feel free to let me know. Projects in Python, SQL, all those data visualization tools I've mentioned, tutorials. I'm planning out two more series. So I need to do the subquery series, and I think the subquery series is what will close. Oh, subquery is going to close the SQL tutorial for a while. Then I'd want to do pivoting in SQL. And then after that, but pivoting in SQL will come later. But yeah, after the subquery series, I want to also jump on to pandas, Python pandas. So just do some tutorials on that. So if there's anything you want me to talk about, be it some data visualization libraries, how do you use matplotlib, Seaborn, etc., etc., let me know what educational content you guys want to see. Sit down videos, I want to pause because I lost my phone. But yeah, once we get another phone, we are back at it. Otherwise, guys, thanks for staying till the end of the video. This was a nice one, as in, I just get like, I'm just happy, shocked, and I'm also just falling more in love with creating this content. Like it's becoming part of me and it's forcing me to like keep learning, keep growing, like challenging myself, and I am really enjoying it. And yeah, I'm happy I decided to do this. And yeah, thank you for the engagement because it also keeps me going. Otherwise, I can talk till tomorrow. Let me end it there. See you in the next one. So the next one is probably going to be rank and rank dense. So they're all planned out. They're going to follow each other like this. Though in between these tutorials, I'll throw in random projects. So they may or may, like you might find row number then rank dense, or row number project then rank dense. But otherwise, guys, see you in the next one. Bye. I really hope you learned. I really hope you learned. I really hope this has helped you prep for your interview. This has helped you figure out a challenge you're facing at work. I really hope it's helped you. Anyways, guys, bye.